Hello YouTube, Freddie Cardona here. Welcome back to a glary Wednesday, March 1st, 2023, and a new Driving in the News video. Yesterday, in my Driving in the News video, I said that I needed 8 subscribers to get to 2,000. Actually, I was wrong. I need 108 subscribers. So still pretty close to the 2,000 mark. So I appreciate all the support. And let's see where we are. We are on Market Street, heading east. Let's get you the news.
Be ready at the promised time. That, police say, is because thieves broke in over the weekend and made off with 4 Ferraris, including a couple of convertibles. The cars are worth about $1.5 million total. The crooks also stole a bunch of key fobs, which they might be able to use to steal more Ferraris. If you've seen any Ferraris where they don't belong, the Nassau County Police would be delighted to hear from you. Fishermen in Louisiana have some competition these days, and to say the competition is fierce would be quite an understatement.
A shark feeding frenzy off the coast of Venice, Louisiana.
It's soaking wet.
A group of fishermen saying their boat was surrounded.
They were devouring bait pods, and they erupted all around us and then up under the boat.
Mark Hardesty says he's been fishing these waters for 15 years. He says the shark population has exploded and they've become more aggressive. He blames regulations that have protected these predators.
Andrea Fuji reporting. If you would like to live in the happiest city in America, this obviously is not it. Wallet Hub, using data sets including depression rate, income growth, and leisure time, has concluded that New York is the 57th happiest city in the USA. Commute times have a lot to do with that ranking. Relative happiness, though, can be found right over the city line. In Yonkers, the 18th happiest city in the country, according to Wallet Hub. Top 3 on the list are Fremont and San Jose, California, followed by Madison, Wisconsin. They apparently haven't been there in the winter. San Francisco is 5th on the list, despite many reports that the city center has degenerated into a dystopia of homeless encampments, open-air drug use, and streets covered in human waste, but whatever makes you happy. Fans of Terry Pratchett are in for a treat. Some new material from the author, even though he's been dead 8 years.
Far away and long ago, when dragons still existed and the only arcade game was ping pong in black and white, a wizard cautiously entered a smoky tavern.
The unmistakable narrative style of the late Terry Pratchett, except this was published under a pseudonym years before Pratchett's famous Discworld novels and discovered by a fan.
He'd worked it out himself that it was Terry Pratchett.
Pratchett literary executive Rob Wilkins says other fans then found other stories.
When we inspected them, yes, they were all original Terry Pratchett.
The collection will be published next fall.
And that's Vicky Barker in London. Mix of sun and clouds for the rest of the day. Increasing clouds during the afternoon. Won't be as chilly as yesterday, though we'll have a high of 45. At the moment, 36. It's mostly sunny. Humidity, 67%. The winds are northeast, 8 miles an hour. Current temperature, 36, and we're going up to 45. Winds news time, 8:19.
We're here with attorney Mark Miner of the personal injury law firm of Zalman, Schnurman, and Miner. Mark, winter conditions can make walking treacherous. What responsibilities do property owners have in regards to snow and ice?
Well, all property owners must keep their property in a reasonably safe condition. When it comes to snow or ice, this means that within a reasonable time after snowfall ends, all walking surfaces must be made safe.
Now, what must be done to make the property safe?
All snow and ice should be removed. If all snow and ice cannot be removed, then ice melt or sand should be applied.
Do you handle many cases involving snow and ice?
Absolutely. Slipping and falling on ice can result in terrible injuries.
If someone is injured in an accident, what should they do?
They can call us at 1-800-LAW-LINE for a free consultation. We can quickly determine whether there is a claim worth pursuing, and there's never a fee unless there's a recovery.
If you're injured in an accident, call 1-800-LAW-LINE. That number again is 1-800-LAW-LINE.
The station you know, the people you trust. 1010 wins.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good morning, 36 degrees, 820. It's Wednesday, March 1st. I'm Lee Harris, and here's what's happening. The water is coming back on in Hoboken following a major water main break there, but there's still a boil order in effect. The FBI now on board with the theory that COVID was the result of a lab leak in China. At a House hearing on U.S. relations with China, one congressman called the competition between the two countries an existential struggle. Another close call involving a couple of airliners, this time at Logan Field in Boston. Elaine Maxwell's asking a federal appeals court to overturn the conviction that sent her to prison for 20 years. Sports, the Nets lost, so did the Islanders. 10-10 wins AccuWeather. Sun giving way to clouds today. We'll have some rain or drizzle late in the afternoon or evening. The high today, 45. Wins News Time, 8:21. Let's get traffic and transit on the ones now from Karen Stewart.
We've got a westbound Bell Parkway crash at Shell Road. We've got delays that go all the way back to Rockaway Parkway right now. That's how far back things go. And it's bumper to bumper for about 90% of that trip. Eastbound delays, they go back to a different borough. Staten Island, traveling from Toad Hill Road out to the Verrazano Bridge where it gets heavier and heavier across the span and onto the eastbound Bell Parkway with rubbernecking of that westbound accident. The inbound Gowanus BQE eastbound is a very heavy ride from the Fort Hamilton Parkway exit up into 39th Street. And then from 39th Street to Atlantic, we are jammed. We are still dealing with this westbound LIE crash at Springfield Boulevard. The three left lanes continue to be blocked. It's been out there since 5:54. We're jammed from exit 40 for Jericho Turnpike. We're jammed on the Northern State through that stretch, and we're jammed on Northern Boulevard trying to get out to the Cross Island Parkway. And the Cross Island Parkway remains very heavy from the Southern State up in Hillside Avenue at least. Alternate side of the street parking rules and regulations are in effect today citywide. Our next report is 8:31. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
The water is back on in Hoboken following a major water main break, which caused some major problems. Let's get the latest from Hoboken and Samantha Liebman.
The water pressure slowly returning, but a boil water advisory in effect as crews are on the scene here where PSE&G contractors hit the main on Observer Highway and Madison Street Monday. Mayor Ravi Bala warning as the pressure increases, there may be other issues.
There is still a possibility, typically when you have a water main break, that there are follow-up smaller breaks scattershot through the city.
The break forcing Hoboken University Medical Center to transfer patients and schools to close Tuesday. Classes resume today. The lack of water closed businesses and prompted some to get creative to stay clean.
Dude wipes is what they're called. They're like little cleansing wipes.
Officials say residents do not need to boil water for washing dishes, clothes, or showering. The city continues to distribute water at several locations. Samantha Liebman, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM in Hoboken.
The FBI is joining the Department of Energy now in leaning toward the lab leak theory on the origin of COVID.
The FBI director suggesting to Fox News Channel that China is responsible for countless COVID deaths.
You're talking about a potential leak from a Chinese government-controlled lab that killed millions of Americans, and that's precisely what that capability was designed for.
Director Christopher Wray saying COVID was most likely a lab leak, and that China's doing all it can to prevent investigators from confirming that. Andy Field, ABC News, Washington.
4 other U.S. intelligence agencies are still sticking with the animal-to-human theory of COVID transmission, at least for now. 3 years after it went into effect, Governor Gavin Newsom has finally ended California's COVID state of emergency. Mayor Adams spoke at his administration's annual interfaith breakfast yesterday, and the New York Civil Liberties Union had some issues with what he had to say about the relationship between the government and religion.
Well, tell me about no separation of church and state. State is the body, church is the heart. You take the heart out of the body dies. I can't separate my belief because I'm an elected official. When I walk with God.
NYCLU Director Donna Lieberman issued this statement in response. We are a nation and a city of many faiths and no faith. In order for our government to truly represent us, it must not favor any belief over another, including non-belief. It is odd that Mayor Adams would need a refresher on the First Amendment. The response from City Hall is, while everyone in the room immediately understood what the mayor meant, it is unfortunate that some have attempted to hijack the narrative in an effort to misrepresent the mayor's comments. How's it going down at spring training? Let's get an update from Mark Renee. Mark.
Well, Lee, on the scoreboard Tuesday, things didn't go very well. The Mets got doubled up by the Astros 8-4, but more important, Brett Beatty had another hit, so he's now batting .571. While Jose Quintana got tagged for 5 runs while only recording 2 outs in his spring debut, and manager Buck Showalter said his left-hander had a little trouble working for the first time in a game with a new pitch clock.
Oh, it's just part of the process to get there. He went down and pitched the equivalent of another inning. He's probably like a lot of guys are adjusted to a little different tempo. He's been pitching as long as he has. It's kind of what's going on.
Meantime, the Yankees played a mostly B team that got routed by the Rays 12-0. With the good news there, the games don't count. Mark Renee, 1010 Wins Sports on 92.3 FM.
If your signature's like mine, which is to say not very elegant or legible, there are ways to correct that if you want.
Is your signature too loopy, too plain, or just impossible to read? Well, a growing number of companies are popping up to help you fix it. They'll assist you in finding something that fits your personality with videos, templates, and practice sheets to perfect your new John Hancock. A certified document examiner who went through the process warns, though, the simpler the signature, the easier it is to replicate, and it isn't free. You can expect to pay as little as $10 into the hundreds to fix your autograph. Daria Albinger, ABC News.
Wednesday's time, 8:26. Now Bloomberg Money Watch and Steve Potisk.
Well, Lee, times are tough at Kohl's. The department store chain is reporting holiday quarter sales that fell short of analysts' estimates. At the same time, Kohl's is not too confident things will improve as it issues a downbeat forecast for the year. The retailer has been struggling to attract inflation-strapped shoppers even as it's been dealing with management changes. Kohl's shares have taken a dive over the last year, falling nearly 50%. Now, mortgage demand fell last week. The Mortgage Bankers Association says its loan index dropped nearly 6% as the average interest rate on a 30-year loan rose to 6.71%. Applications for loans to buy a home led the way down, falling 5.6%, but refi requests also declined. Now we'll see if Wall Street declines to start March after a losing February. Right now, S&P futures are positive by a point, NASDAQ adding 10, Dow futures adding 4. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56, best every hour. I'm Steve Potisk for 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
Be part of it isn't just a catchphrase. 2023 season tickets are on sale now. This is your chance to join the tradition and legacy of the New York Yankees. Purchase a plan and enjoy the best seat locations, significant savings, and flexible payment options. Plans start at just 9 games. Log on to Yankees.com, call 212-YANKEES, or email seasontickets@Yankees.com. That's 2023 Yankees season tickets. Email seasontickets@Yankees.com today.
When you hire your local CertaPro painters, you get the power of a cut above. Decades of expertise to transform your home from so-so to virtuoso. The power of neighborhood painters. We live where you live and probably like the same pizza place.
A little bit trafficy here today. I thought that car was going to let me merge to my left, and he said nope.
Painter's business is independently owned and operated.
Oh well, that's okay.
Credit but need a new car? Call Credit Solutions.
Sorry, you guys are getting commercials right now.
Right over the phone. Bad credit, no problem.
All right, we're going to end the video here. We want to thank you guys so much for viewing these driving in the news videos and joining me on my commute to work. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next Driving and the News.